Meanwhile, let's head to the association where the Clippers had some fun, continuing their winning ways, beating the Warriors last night, 121-113. James Harden led the way, 28 points, including his 25,000th, career point, and dishing out 15 assists, while Kawhi Leonard chipped in with 27. The Clippers are on fire as of late, the only team yet to lose a game this month, and have improved their offense by 6 points per game once December started. Hi, we're all back. That's Perk,
hey.
Stephen A, and I'm Molly.
Stephen,
Yep.
you calmed down yet?
Oh, why'd you bring it up? I had him laughing the last set. Perk, come on. Now you don't know this man. Now it's all over. Now he's not going to smile the rest of the show, and I'm going to have to deal with the pouting guy. All right, I'm coming to you, Perk. Which LA team is more impressive right now? Is it the Lakers or the Clippers?
It's the Los Angeles Lakers. And look, I understand Kawhi Leonard has played every game. I understand he's been balling out of control. James Harden looked good. But at the end of the day, Molly, I don't give a damn what the Clippers do right now, because they're not going to be judged on how they look right now. They're going to be judged on how they look in the postseason. And when I think about who do I trust the most, it's the two in the purple and gold, or the gold and purple. I'm talking about LeBron James and Anthony Davis. When it comes down to LeBron James, and if they had to match up with the Clippers, give me LeBron James as being the best player in that series. Hell, one could make a case right now that he should be in the conversation for his MVP the way he's balling on both ends of the floor. So when it comes down to the Lakers, it's only one team in the Western Conference that scares me when it comes to the Lakers in the postseason, and that's the Denver Nuggets. Outside of that, the Lakers could beat any team on any given night in any given series in the postseason, and Anthony Davis has been phenomenal. And I know people have been calling him out, and he has stepped up and rose to the occasion, but at the end of the day, the man is still averaging 24, 12, and almost 3 blocks a game.
I would ask you not to change the narrative. First of all, for example, when we talk about Anthony Davis, we've religiously stated he's one of the top 7 players on the planet when he brings his A game. Anthony Davis plays the way he's been playing, the Lakers could win the chip. Secondly, let me piggyback off of what you said about LeBron James. I am with you, Big Perk. LeBron James deserves MVP consideration. Now, I know they got to win a little bit more. It can't be around 14 and 10, stuff like that. But this brother deserves MVP consideration. So much so, Perk, that if LeBron James was to win league MVP,
don't you say it.
I might have to think about some things. I might have to make a couple of calls and explain that, I got to talk about LeBron James just a touch differently. Now, if he win MVP this year, oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know what to say. Now, having said all of that, let's understand something. The Los Angeles Clippers, when LeBron James is playing, when Anthony Davis is playing, they've still had their way with the Lakers for the most part. Now, they won earlier this year. I contend if Paul George doesn't foul out of that game, Clippers win that game, okay? What have the Clippers done? They start out 0-5 since James Harden arrived. Love seeing James Harden hook up Russell Westbrook with the alley-oop and all that stuff last night. It was beautiful to see. I get all of that. James Harden drops 27-15, blah, blah, blah. The Clippers have won 11 of 14. They've won 6 of their last 7, or rather 7 of their last 8 games. I'm looking at this right now, Kendrick Perkins. 3-point shooting. I don't think this is going to last. Kawhi Leonard, 42%. James Harden, 42%. Paul George, 48%. If that continues and the Clippers are healthy, I don't think we can sit here and say that the Lakers would beat them. They could beat them, but I couldn't sit up there and make the Lakers the favorite because the Clippers have had their number. And here's where I get you, Perk. There's few people, as much as we love Darvin Ham, there's few people you've ever given more love to than Ty Lue. That brother can coach now. And so we're talking about this guy figuring it out and knowing how to manipulate the proceedings where his team could ultimately put themselves in position to win. We know that we don't have faith in the Clippers, but it's only for one reason, availability, because they always get hurt. But we're talking about this here as if both the Lakers and the Clippers are fully loaded. If they fully loaded, Perk. Well, what I'm seeing with Harden. Now, Harden's the question mark because they're in playoffs. I don't care what he's doing in the regular season. I want to see it in the playoffs. But if they're fully loaded with Kawhi and Paul George, I can't just give it to the Lakers, bro. I would love the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different. LA is different when the Lakers are relevant. The Clippers are fine, but when the Lakers are winning, LA is just it's special. It's special in so many ways. So I know that, but I can't dismiss the Clippers, bro. I just can't.
But here's the thing: we haven't seen the Lakers fully loaded. They haven't been healthy all season long, where they had their complete roster. We haven't seen Gabe Vincent in over a month and a half, a big pickup. Jared Vanderbilt, who's a exception, a great piece to what they're trying to accomplish. He's been in and out of the lineup. So when I think about the Lakers overall, they haven't been healthy either going into every game. But they've been figuring out ways to win. And so when I just think about James Harden alone, you cannot sit up here on national television and tell me that you trust him.
No, I don't.
You cannot do that. Okay, so that's a major.
I don't trust him, but listen, but let's be fair to James Harden. Let's just be fair because he's taken enough hits. Let's be fair to him. The brother can still ball. Now, he got to do it come postseason, but he really can ball. He really can.
Stephen A., nobody ever questioned that. No one ever questioned if James
Well,
Harden
we
could
did.
ball.
We got to a point where we were questioning the slippage. In other words, it looked like he had lost the step. We did get to that point at one point.
No, we actually came on here, well, I did, and congratulate him on his transition to being an actual point guard when he was with the Philadelphia 76ers. And then all of a sudden they get to the postseason, and we saw what he did. He quit. He quit. So I can't trust somebody that quit.
I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you to trust him. I get all of that. I'm simply saying Russell Westbrook, that Duracell battery that just keeps going and going and going. I love what I'm seeing with Russ in a Clippers uniform, even though it tailed off once James Harden arrived because they look at James Harden as a better quintessential point guard. But Kawhi Leonard is, again, you know how I feel about him because he's not available. But when he's available, there's no questioning his greatness. And Paul George can ball. Let's okay.
I'm not. Look, S.A., I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying if they matched up in a 7-game series, the Lakers would
go 7.
Sweep them.
It would go
I'm
7.
saying it would go 7 games. But if you're asking me who do I trust the most in that series to get the job done, I'm still picking that 38-year-old LeBron James.
Okay, and I'm not knocking you for that. I'm simply saying the Clippers have had their way vast majority of the time in the LeBron James era in Los Angeles. The Clippers have had their way with the Lakers. And I'm looking at the Clippers right now. I'm looking at the Lakers right now. It's going to take Anthony Davis with LeBron James at their best and those supplementary parts you mentioned in order for them to beat the Clippers, because I'm looking at the Clippers right now, and the Denver Nuggets is not the only team to be worried about. I'm telling you right now, if the Clippers are healthy, it's going to come. The Clippers are going to have something to say about what happened.
They are, but we're talking about them and the Lakers.
I'm talking about the Lakers.
I think right now the Clippers are a better team than the Phoenix Suns. I think if they was to match up, matter of fact, I picked them last postseason to beat them, and I thought they would have if Kawhi wouldn't have went down. I think they're better.
You brought up something, just as an aside. I don't appreciate the fact that Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal are on the same team, and we not talking about Phoenix. In other words, Phoenix, when you going to stand up? When you going to come into the proceedings? I'm looking at them, because we ain't letting them off the hook. You got those three. I mean, of course, Beal's been out with the back and all of that stuff for other day. It was the first game they ever played together, for crying out loud. But I'm just saying, I don't want Phoenix to forget. We got expectations for them. And also, by the way, just appointment television, whenever it's going to be. Circle the date when Devin Booker and Paul George meet, because they were talking a lot of smack this offseason. And I showed up on Podcast P, and I told him, I'm going to remember, because he was like, I'm coming. I'm like, I'm going to remember that, because you know Devin Booker going to come to bust your ass. You understand? I'm going to remember that. We got to circle that date. We looking forward to that game, just as an aside.
Yeah.
Just as an aside.
I also want you to circle Sunday because I got some good games for you. Perk, you have the most amazing weekend ever.